Hello Tubesters, it's me Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're going to be having an unboxing, as it says on the title, of this Schwimmwagen from Tamiya, 1 in 35 scale for those that aren't familiar. Yes, I've gone from one size kit to another. I think I needed something that would restore my faith in myself that I could actually complete a modelling project that looked fairly decent. I did want to get this. Particularly because I've got the Alpine, Otto Carius and NCO figures, and I planned to do something of this type of scheme for the last year or so. It didn't have to be the Otto Carius figures. It was going to be some kind of couple of figures and a small vehicle of some description, and that was well before I started the T55 build, the now defunct T55 build. I'm quite happy when I'm doing painting figures to just have them on, as you've seen the last one on plinths. You know, get the fun in the painting and that, but I tend to find the dioramas sometimes just take too much out of me, in the sense of time commitments, doing other things, you know. But I thought, no, I fancied doing this small scale. You know, it was either going to be Schwimmwagen, Schwimmwagen, maybe a knocked out Jeep. Was it Keterand, the kitten, the little motorbike half track, or a motorcycle, anything along that type of lines. But I've been going up and down eBay for the last few days after I realised I wasn't going to get any farther with that T55 kit, and I wanted something, to be fair, under around £20. Didn't have a lot of money. I wanted something that would get me building again, because it's quite good for my head problems, and you know, maybe a couple of hours in the evening. Most evenings are quite therapeutic, rather than just painting, you know, snipping bits of plastic and gluing them together. So I have got another larger kit coming. I'll leave you guessing for the moment. We'll say it's under £20, so you'll know it's a Tamiya, so you'll know it's one of their older kits, because I can never seem to pick up any decent bargains. But I've got a larger kit coming. But this one actually arrived literally, I think, the next day or something. It was a really speedy postal service. So guys, join me down at the bench and we're going to have a quick look at this. I've done more talking here than anything because there isn't a lot to show in the box. So we'll have a quick squiz at these. Quick look, sorry, squiz meaning look in the UK. We'll have a quick squiz at these and see what you think. Right guys, one last look at the box art, just so you can see a bit closer. I plumped for the Schwimmwagen over the Schwimmwagen only because a lot of the photographs that I've got in my reference books, they appear quite often. You know, it does seem to be quite often the vehicle of choice, and quite often in the armoured, like the heavy tank Tiger battalions. They were often used for, you know, different utility uses, from reconnaissance and just everyday, you know, driving from, you know, point A to point B. So that is going to be the build. Whether I use the figures in them, I'm not too sure yet. I mean, Carius and his NCO have got more of a late war feel, when they were probably fighting in East Prussia. This guy here, yes, I know they did wear full dress at the front, but he seems to be more, you know, earlier war to me. So we'll have a look at what's in the box. Comes like this. I've only opened the bag just now. As you can see, decals are floating around, the clear parts are floating around, so I'm not exactly sure how they're going to look when we get them out. Let's get this camera down so we can actually see what we're looking at. I'm just getting out the bag what comes first, which in this case is the figure sprue. There looks to be 3 sprues in the box. Let's turn her over. Right, we'll go to the main torso first. With a glint then, I thought they'd actually put a monocle in his eye as well. He doesn't look too bad. I don't think the moulding is that soft on him. Obviously you've got the usual mould lines, but to be fair, the Alpine figures had quite a bit of mould lines on those, so I don't think there's any particular advantage with those. These are obviously the driver's legs. Now they have got jack boots on. Both of them, yeah, both have got jack boots on. Let's go out a bit. Now the peak of the cap actually gets stuck on separately, I noticed earlier. Both faces I think look the same. Again, I'm not 100% sure whether I'll use these yet. We've got a Mauser, Car 98, MP40. I think the kit also comes with an MG34. I'm not going to be loading them up, you know. They're going to be, whatever I put in the vehicle, it might have a few stores in it or something, but you know, you tend to find a lot of people festooning them with machine guns, whether it's Jeeps or these Schwimmwagens or whatever. And whenever I see them, that you know, they don't always have the armament on them, because let's face it, they are transport really. So helmets there. You can always put those on these guys or use them as in the stowage. So that's our figures. As I say, you know, they're not awe-inspiring, definitely, but I'd hardly say they were rubbish. Right, let's have a look. We've got our main hull of the vehicle. I mean, these seats look fairly simplistic, and I'm going to have to go on the internet now. I've got nothing on. I've got lots of photographs of Schwimmwagens in you know, different, in Normandy and different places, but I haven't got any, you know, decent inside restored versions or you know, colour versions and things like that. So we'll be having a look on the internet to see if what the seats actually look like, and if there's anything. I don't want to go over the top. As I say, I've had my fingers burnt on that T55 with the interior build, and I really just want to get sticking some plastic together, fairly easy, you know, just to get me back into it really. There's your MG34. I don't think I'll be using it. As I say, I just want the vehicle to be fairly unwarlike, if that makes sense, in the middle of a war. But you know, I don't want it festooned with machine guns. Bit of flash around that looks to be towing hooks, some tools, gear lever, a small dash at the front, steering wheel, tools again. So a bit of flash around, but not nothing too onerous. And here's the last sprue. We've got our wheels. Some inner hubs. Imagine that's floor decking. Then our propeller that goes up. It's got like a dog clutch that moves it in and out for if you want to get in the water, so it sits up on the vehicle when not in the water. Because it's on the main drive, you can't put the vehicle in reverse in the water. You obviously have to turn it round. And let's face it, they weren't really there for boats. It was just if they did have to to cross rivers. We've got a tarp cover there, bumper, some more seats, and where did I see? Yeah, we've got an exhaust. Obviously the exhaust is high up so it doesn't get knocked out with the water. Oh, 1970 this, so hey, it's only a couple of years younger than me. So, as I say, I'm not really fussed. I just want something that will go together quite nicely and I can use it with my figures. This one will be well, I'm never understanding the number plates sometimes, because the here, as far as I know, is the German army, and yet they always have that when you have a plate it says a WH for the Wehrmacht, and I thought the Wehrmacht covered all the German armed forces. But we've got some helmet decals there. That's good. I was wondering if they got those on the artwork, and that's for the tyre pressures on the side of the vehicle. So yeah, not a lot to show there, you know, I wasn't expecting it, you know, I'm not going to festoon it in unit insignias or anything. And let's just have a quick look at the clear part, which, let's face it, I'll probably put a bit of muck on it anyway. Doesn't actually look too bad. It looks like it's got a moulded windscreen wiper. Well, that doesn't look too bad to me. So it's been rolling around in the package. So we've got a 1970s kit. This is our instructions. Not a lot to show. It's again, I'm stuck for space, so you're only getting a bit of it. We've got how to put insignia on the different soldiers. This isn't really working very well. Let's have a quick try. And again, different stages of putting the vehicle together. Putting our wheels on. I'll have it as most of them, you know, I suppose if you were on the Eastern Front in a howling snowy gale, you might want as much protection as you could, but whenever I see them, they very rarely have that on, because obviously there's no way of getting in and out the vehicle. You have to get in over the top because it's all sealed off. We've got our painting guide here, and obviously a little dio that somebody's done. So guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look at this impromptu unboxing. I mean, no way can you call it a review, and obviously it's probably been done to death over the YouTube universe. Let's put it that way. A 1970s kit, you know, is what it is. But for me, it'll just do nicely. Quick squiz at these. I put the Alpine figures together, Otto Carius, put a bit of fill around, took a nice chunk out of his boot there because my razor saw was too large, so it's quite inflexible. Going to be a right game trying to paint round under the arm and that, but I didn't want to paint the arm as a sub-assembly because trying to join them up after I've painted, and I'd still probably have to do a bit of filling, so I've taken the hit and tried to paint him all in one go, and the same for his NCO here. I think this is quite a nice pose actually with the NCO. So I'll be priming those up when I prime up the Schwimmwagen. So guys, thanks a lot for stopping by and taking a look. It's another project. Hopefully, surely nothing can go wrong with this one. I mean, how many parts? We've got 3. Well, we've got 2 sprues, not including the figures. What can possibly go wrong? So yeah, we'll see. Next time you see this, there will be the usual build videos. Probably 2 or 3 of these, maybe a bit more, because it's a diorama. As I say, will see. I would imagine I'll get the next Tamiya box coming in the next day or 2. So that'll be something else to have a show and tell at. So guys, you take care of yourselves. Feel free to dip into this project as it goes along, especially if you fancy a laugh. And we will catch each other very soon on another video. Cheers.